Hi, welcome back to the show. You can see I look a bit different. This was 2016, back in PA school. I was pretty lean back then, but I was dialed in to the protein, the training, despite the intensive study of PA school. So this is a day in the life, as you can find here. Business professional, collared shirts. This was the meal prep. 5 days I would meal prep ahead of time. Soups, as you can see, every lunch was a soup from a crock pot I would cook on Sunday. It wasn't always soups, but for the most part it was soups, especially in the winter. It was super easy, it was warming. You can see we're in winter in Massachusetts here. I've got my ski jacket on, it's freezing. Oftentimes there would be snow, you'd have to get ice off the car.
It's cold.
But my car, I had just come back from vacation in Florida, and I hid my car in this little shed. But as you can see behind me, that's the old Victorian style home, kind of classic for the area in Springfield and Forest Park, Massachusetts. We called it the House of PA because it was a lot of students. It was 3 on my floor, including myself. There were 2 PA students on the 2nd floor, and then I think there were maybe 3. And then on the 3rd floor, there were some students up there too, sometimes, depending on which year it was. And we had good house parties there. We
5 days a week
nice
here,
parties.
Monday through Friday.
I hear your listeners give their input on.
And I listen to Leslie in the morning. She's my landlord.
Short commute.
Let's talk a bit about PA school. I remember when I was applying, PA school seemed like this mythical, far-off thing that was incredible and obscure. Well, now it's just rise and grind. You get up, you go to school, you sit in class, you finally get to eat lunch. And well, I was eating in class. I'm always eating.
We'll show some of my training.
And then go to the second round of class.
During this fountain.
You go to the gym, work out really hard because you just want to do something other than sit in class for 9 hours. Go home. Well, probably stop on the way home to the store, get some more food because you're gonna eat again.
I live by myself. I'm very far from any
family.
Nobody in Massachusetts.
Like to say.
When you apply to PA school,
And
you go where you get it.
Go home, take a shower, and eat again.
A lot of people ask me, why did you go to school in Florida?
Food is like expensive.
PA school is very competitive. I mean, for my class, there were 30 seats.
No, it is my biggest
There were
cost.
800 applicants.
And I guess school, but that doesn't count.
Only about 100,
That's on
maybe
loan.
200
That's like-
got interviews.
I don't even pay for that right now.
But those
And
are
what
typically
else?
the odds for
then
PA
you
schools.
sit down and you actually study to learn. Make sure you get stuff in your brain for
You need
the
to have
test
a
that's coming.
4.0 GPA.
Or as
especially in
the case
hard
that's happening
sciences.
this semester, a lot of homework.
There's,
So I probably
especially,
should do that
if you're
Oh yeah, first day back or something.
a straight white male.
I actually have to do that.
I think there's some leeway for
And then
some from
study till
different
midnight,
backgrounds.
as we're gonna be doing
But
today.
if you look
Working on
like
that
me,
stuff
then
till
you gotta
midnight.
be a straight shooter.
I was tired last night.
Or you gotta have a really good reason for having
I went to bed at like
anything less than a
8 p.m.
A.
That doesn't happen in PA school normally. That was just because I had woken up at 2 a.m. to get to my flight at MCO, Orlando. But yeah, PA school, you're waking up 7 a.m. and you're up till midnight every day of the week.
Yep.
Even Saturdays and Sundays. And that's not because you're out partying, no. That's because you're inside studying and trying to get work done.
Looks like I've arrived. This was East Longmeadow, Massachusetts, right on the border with Connecticut. You could see the border from the windows at the building. This is Bay Path University's Health Science Center. It was just OTs and PAs at that time. You can see the Coca-Cola vending machine with all the junk food. Snack bar downstairs. I did refill for coffee there.
Good morning.
I think that's Jesse.
There you go. Into class.
And those are the soundproof study rooms. I didn't use them a whole lot. This is the classroom.
I know. Yeah.
Fluorescent lights, typical. One of the classmates or two I got migraine headaches from those fluorescent lights. And then they started wearing blue light blocking glasses.
I need personal.
Sat in the front corner there. Here's lunch. I was
Well,
using
Monty wanted me to
plastic back
document a day. Check if the courts are.
then. Just whatever. You're poor student. Should have gotten glass.
Here on the tennis
No
courts.
excuse.
Playing tennis.
That's a
Chris.
good friend of mine, Dr. Chris Dasinski. He's both an ND, MD,
Springfield.
so naturopathic medical doctor.
got-
I learned a lot
you
from
guys are
that
getting
guy.
right now.
Brilliant.
This is about
Learned
6
about raw milk, gluten, nightshades. I learned about why I had
It's about
tennis elbow.
7:30
He
p.m.
helped me fix my
It's
tennis
high time
elbow.
to start
Just with fixing
studying
the
or
diet, getting rid of the
procrastinating.
junk.
Now I'm gonna show you my study spot. My sofa,
That's where a lot of the studying
lamp.
got done.
my music,
That corner,
my
that
electronic
sofa right
blanket,
there.
'cause it's freezing outside. It's actually not too cold this morning.
Here's day 2 of this little series, this little found footage. Those gloves are critical.
Another day, another challenge. Actually, I was up till about 11 p.m. last night doing homework assignment.
Typical.
Does anyone in here by any chance have pets?
Like grounded state, 5 days a week.
Put
8
bags
a.m.
here
till
in the
about 4
refrigerator.
p.m. every day.
Isn't the purpose of the bags to keep heat?
If you're that person who puts your coolers in the fridge, I'm looking at you.
9 a.m. It's 5 p.m. now. I'm tired, I'm grumpy. Sleep.
Gonna get it in here.
What?
So first day you saw, I was doing tennis, alternating with strength training. I was very efficient in my workouts. I would typically hit chest and back and do supersets of that. I don't do those anymore. I hurt my neck. Do you see how I'm moving my neck there? Yeah, not good.
I go shopping for greens at least once a week.
And then of course I shop for
So I go
myself because I gotta
shopping for
cook for
greens
myself.
at least
I was
once a
dialed in on the diet. I was not eating out. I was not ordering in. Everything was dialed in. The
I
diet,
like
the
dandelion
study.
greens and kale
this
greens
training.
raw in a salad. You should try it sometimes with olive oil,
So,
balsamic vinegar,
That's
nuts.
that's it for today. This is our found footage. Hope you guys enjoyed. So that was the didactic year. So the first year of PA school was spent in classroom, studying, the basics of allopathic medicine. How to identify diseases, assess the patient, work them up, treat them. Pretty conventional therapies. Nothing too out of the box, right? They did teach critical thinking. There was quite a few lectures on critical thinking, which I think helped me to where I am today with this practice and my ability to critical think and my ability to not follow along with the propaganda and take jabs and push jabs on people and make people mad. I mean, it could have been my upbringing too. I think there's a lot of things that brought me to where I am today, but the PA school was one of them, and it was good training. The second years was the clinical rotations. That's where you go out in the field and you see patients and you see them for real. And that was great, at least some of the rotations, not all of them. I mean, I had a real hard time in the surgical rotations. I actually had to repeat some of those. Pediatrics too, because I was giving parents risk benefits of vaccines. You're apparently not supposed to tell parents that. You're supposed to just gaslight them into getting vaccines. So that had a bit of a rough go in the second year. Some people really enjoyed the second year, had a great time. Not me. I had a much better time in the first year, didactic year. Well, other people, they had a hard time with that, and some of them had to repeat that year. So, I mean, you have your strengths, your weaknesses, but PA school is challenging. It's not for the weak. Both getting in is challenging, and then getting through it is challenging. I mean, we had a lot of classmates, they got health conditions, some got institutionalized, went to the asylum, the loony bin. There's some that had to repeat due to health problems. People got married, people got divorced. I mean, really challenging. PA school is going to really push you to your absolute limits of what you can do. So if you think about going to PA school, hopefully this gives you a little glimpse of what it looks like in real time. And hopefully can inspire people that You don't need to completely let your health go. You can dial in the diet, you can keep training despite the intensive and vigorous study. You do need to try to maintain your health because you have to get out of that program intact and you have to be able to help patients. If you destroy your health in the process, you're going to be no good to anyone. So that's something that if you can take away from this is just don't be negligent in your health when you're studying and training like that. Hope you guys enjoyed.